Straight ahead on IU NewsNet Daily, Indiana's 62nd House District is expected to see a tight race.
Former President Donald Trump aprons up at McDonald's.
And IU football continues their historic season.
All these stories and more.
IU NewsNet Daily starts right now. It's Tuesday, October 22nd. Welcome to IU NewsNet Daily. I'm Jack Bassett.
And I'm Jay Upshaw. Thank you for joining us. As Bloomington enters peak respiratory virus season, first-year students at Indiana University are being threatened by the annual freshman flu. This common campus phenomenon includes flu, strep, COVID-19, and other respiratory illnesses that spread rapidly through the dorms and social gatherings. Additionally, the IU Health Center no longer provides doctor's notes for class absences, citing concerns that requiring them may place an unnecessary financial burden on students. Health experts advise students to get vaccinated, stay hydrated, and prioritize sleep to reduce the risk of illness during this time.
The IU Police Department executed search warrants on October 10th as part of their investigation into the vandalism of the Herman B. Wells statue. According to the Indiana Daily Student, IUPD seized an IU student's phone and car as part of the investigation. The student, Luke Summers, claims the response was excessive, with 4 police cars and 6 officers that were involved in the seizure. Summers, who has not confirmed or denied involvement in the vandalism, alleges that IUPD has not returned several items and refused to release a list of what was seized.
During a fraternity event, a security guard hired by Tau Epsilon Phi allegedly fondled 3 women and attempted to rape one of them. The suspect was described as a male between the ages of 18 to 20 years old. The third-party vendor that hired the security guard has now been removed from Indiana University's list of approved vendors. No other information has been released.
Indiana's 62nd House District is expected to see one of the state's most competitive races, with Republican incumbent David Hall facing Democrat Thomas Horrocks. Hall won by fewer than 100 votes in 2022, a result of redistricting that made the district more competitive. Horrocks, a pastor and former Army National Guard member, is campaigning on educational reform and affordable housing, while Hall, a moderate Republican and farmer, prioritizes combating drug addiction and improving infrastructure. The outcome of this election could impact the Republican supermajority in the state legislature.
In a campaign stop at Pennsylvania McDonald's, former President Donald Trump donned an apron and worked the fry station, serving food to Secret Service vetted customers through the drive-thru. Trump told attendees he made it himself and joked about looking for a job. His visit also reignited his criticism of Vice President Kamala Harris's past claims of working the McDonald's, which he called, quote, a totally phony story without providing evidence. While owners are allowed to invite political candidates, the McDonald's franchise did not permit Trump to serve food.
Coca-Cola has recalled over 13,000 cases of Minute Maid Zero Sugar lemonade after it was discovered that it was mislabeling cartons that were actually containing the full sugar version. The FDA classified this as a Class 2 recall, indicating a remote risk of adverse health effects, particularly for those monitoring their sugar intake. The affected products were shipped to stores in Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio, and Coca-Cola confirmed that no impacted items remain on the market. However, the FDA considers the event ongoing.
On the topic of more exciting news, ESPN's College Game Day will come to Indiana's football match this Saturday. On X, the show announced that they would be coming to cheer on IU during their matchup with Washington. The weekly guest picker has yet to be announced, but this will be the first time the show will host its pregame show in Bloomington under the leadership of head coach Curt Cignetti.
Now we move on to sports, where reporter Luke Artema has a few updates for us. It's all you, Luke.
Thanks, Jack. Indiana football dominated Nebraska 56-7 in a sold-out homecoming game, improving to 7-0 and moving up to 13th place in the AP poll. The Hoosiers jumped out to a 28-7 halftime lead powered by Curtis Rourke, who led 4 touchdown drives before exiting with a hand injury. Backup quarterback Taven Jackson stepped up, throwing 2 second-half touchdowns. The rushing duo of Justice Ellison and Tyson Lawton combined for 153 yards and 3 scores, while the defense forced 5 Nebraska turnovers. Indiana hosts Washington this Saturday with College game day coming to Bloomington. Rourke has already been ruled out for this game. The Indianapolis Colts fought their way to a 16-10 win over the Miami Dolphins as quarterback Anthony Richardson returned from hip injury. Despite some struggles, Richardson led the team to 2 fourth-quarter field goals, lifting the Colts to a 4-3 record within a game of the AFC South lead. A fourth-down stop by the defense sealed the win, marking the Colts' 3rd straight home victory. Indianapolis now prepares for the division rivals, the Houston Texans, next Sunday. The IU men's soccer team secured a 3-1 victory over Michigan State on Friday, marking head coach Todd Yeagley's 200th career win. The win put Indiana atop the Big Ten standings and extending their unbeaten streak to 7 games. Graduate student forward Justin Weiss scored the opening goal and is finding himself in his form, while senior Sam Sarver added another goal shortly after halftime. The Hoosiers will have a week off before facing UCLA on October 25th, looking to build on their momentum as they continue their season. The 2024 World Series kicks off on Friday in Los Angeles with the Dodgers facing the Yankees in Game 1. The Dodgers earned their spot after a commanding victory in Game 6 over the New York Mets, while the Yankees advanced by taking the series 4-1 against the Cleveland Guardians. With superstars like Shohei Ohtani leading the charge for the Dodgers, a powerful lineup featuring Aaron Judge and Juan Soto for the Yankees, the question remains, who will get it done in this iconic matchup? The Indiana Pacers are set to tip off their season tomorrow night in Detroit against the Pistons. The team will be rolling out a familiar lineup as they'll pretty much go with the same look as last year. With Tyrese Halliburton leading the way coming off a breakout season, the Pacers are banking on the continued development of their young core to take a big step forward. As they open the year on the road, the Pacers are ready to make a statement and set the tone for what they hope will be an exciting and successful season. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. in Detroit. You won't want to miss the Hoosiers taking on the Huskies this weekend. But for now, Jack, tossing it back to you.
An IU auditorium tradition continues this Halloween season. Renowned musician and IU alumnus Dennis James made his yearly return to the IU auditorium last week Thursday. This event, called Silent Films and Radio Drama, was held in honor of the infamous poet Edgar Allan Poe. Dennis James hosted and performed. In addition to his performance, the event featured live radio reenactments, vintage silent films, and James' performance with the famous IU auditorium organ. Here's to an IU auditorium tradition.
In Evansville, Indiana, a nonprofit made a little girl's dream come true. 8-year-old Caroline DeRochez, who battled a heart condition her whole life, got to spend a day as a baker, her dream job. With the help of granted, Caroline baked treats alongside a local bakery owner. As an added surprise, the nonprofit is also sending Caroline to Disney World to meet her favorite princess, Tiana. And a 10-year-old girl made an unforgettable impact on a group of seniors living with memory loss.
An Indiana-based nonprofit group is offering fresh support to those living with dementia and Alzheimer's.
At Jill's House in Bloomington, it's not your typical nursing home. Instead, it's a welcoming center where people living with dementia connect with members of the community. In some cases, it's even bringing together people who are more than 8 times younger than the residents, using technology and kindness to bridge the generational gap.
If you could do anything just to give a little.
She may be little herself, but she's certainly doing a lot. Meet Evelyn Hill. The French Lick 4th grader is bringing those living with dementia and Alzheimer's across the state the gift of a 4-legged friend.
They are pretty amazing, but they are, so realistic. They are just absolutely, you can't really tell the difference, if they're just sitting on a table.
Residents at Jill's House in Bloomington, a dementia-friendly assisted living community, were met with blessings, Evelyn's Blessings, a nonprofit group started by, you guessed it, Evelyn and her family. Gifts of robotic dogs, cats, and birds that can all speak, breathe, blink, and more have been gifted to over 100 Hoosiers living with memory conditions since the nonprofit launched earlier this year.
Oh, this is so cute.
A lot of these individuals come from, their homes, and they've had their own pets that couldn't come with them. So They want to be able to care for something, and this just gives them some sort of joy. I'm so happy. You're welcome. Absolutely.
He's talking to me.
He is. He loves you already.
These cuddly creations can cost anywhere from $1,800 to $3,000 per donation event. Supported by the generosity of others, and through fundraising events across the state, the Hill family says it's a priceless way of bringing together different generations.
You know, we just want to do this to be a blessing to others.
It gives also, I feel like, other people to see this happiness and joy.
Speaking for myself, meeting Evelyn and seeing her robotic pet donation event was truly a heartwarming experience. It's really amazing what this 10-year-old is doing. You can support Evelyn's Blessings by visiting evelynsblessings.com and stay tuned for more donation events that will be happening across the Hoosier State. I think we can agree her story is something special. It's amazing to see young people make such a big impact, and that does it here for us at IU NewsNet Daily. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jack Bassett.
And I'm Jay Upshaw. And thank you for spending your time here with us. Thank you from all of us here at IU NewsNet Daily. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you back here on Thursday.